Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about why the Oklahoma wildfires, specifically the Stillwater wildfires, could not be contained a week ago Friday. Just to get into it a little bit, this is a Western red cedar. Pretty harmless looking tree, right? This is what a red cedar looks like when it goes up in flames. I got this footage from Michael Armstrong from KOCO News in Oklahoma City. This footage right here of a Western red cedar going up in flames. The number two problem was the wind was blowing 50 to 60 miles an hour. And I drove right along this road last Friday to check to see if there's any fires south of my house. And when I came up this road, power lines were swinging back and forth. And those were the ones running north and south. The ones running east and west would have been a lot worse because the wind would have blown straight in and across them. But they were literally just blowing out of control, swinging back and forth, about as far as they could. And I think some of them came down in a particular part of town, and that's what sparked the flames. Then also you can see in this footage all the vegetation is still dormant. So power lines blow down, spark the vegetation, start a wildfire. But the main culprit is the Western red cedar. As you can see, there's a ton of Western red cedars. Some are a little bit more sparse. The Western red cedar was brought into Oklahoma to control wind erosion and provide wind breaks. And they obviously do a good job at doing that. Also, they are prolific, man. Once they get going in a property, they just go from one to the other. They just continue to spread like a weed, kinda. They're hard to get rid of. I have some on my back property. I have to mow them down when they're seedlings or saplings. Spray doesn't work. I mean, they are some tough hombres to get rid of just at a sapling stage. And also, they'll grow anywhere. They'll grow in any kind of soil, sandy soil, clay soil, any kind of soil they'll grow in. So it makes them really hard to get rid of. But if you can look at this footage, this is the reason why the wildfires couldn't get contained. A little spark, a power line goes down, spark hits the dried vegetation, gets into the red cedars, and it just spreads. And then sometimes they're tightly packed, like red cedar forest. No fire truck on earth can get back into those. For those, you need aerial support. There was no aerial support that day because the winds were so high. So that is what caused the Oklahoma wildfires last Friday and why they simply could not be contained. Now, what can be done about this? Well, if you look at these Western red cedars, you might think to yourself, well, why don't that guy that owns this property just come out and clear them out? Well, if you hired a company to come out and clear out the red cedars, I'm estimating, I never got one, an estimate done, but I'm guessing it would be between $500 to $900 a tree. Maybe, let's just say $400 to $800 a tree on the low end. And even if it was $400 a tree, you start adding that, multiplying that by the amount of Western red cedars out here, it's just impossible for a landowner to be able to clear them out. And they are the most brutal tree to cut down. I mean, when you cut them down, just stuff goes everywhere, all in your clothes. I mean, they're just brutal trees to cut down. And the pollen they put out, I mean, they're just nasty trees. But that's the main reason, a landowner, they would never be able to afford to control the red cedar population on their property. So what's needed is, obviously, is a government program to help these landowners come in and control the red cedar population. That's the only way that can possibly be done, is with governmental help. And I know the big deal is right now to cut government spending at all costs. I understand the need and the want for that to happen, but when you're looking at a problem like this, only the government can help provide a solution. That's the only way. So that's why that's just my little spiel for today. And that's why the Oklahoma wildfires couldn't be contained. If this would have happened, if these power lines would have come down just south of my house and gotten this red cedar forest, it would have been my house just as easy it was 3 miles to the west. No doubt about it. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.